So Anderson will look to put this one up in the air, and he gets sacked in the backfield. A great job by the Knights defense coming through for the sack. Looked like Keston Wanchik coming through for the sack for the Knights, and that drops him for a 2-yard loss, and it'll bring up 4th and 11, and looks like they will punt this football away, as Ian Anderson will also be handling the punting responsibilities for the Trojans tonight, averaging 38 yards per attempt on his punts.
Gotta love it whenever a interior defensive lineman gets the sack. You know he was trying his damnedest to get that one.
So high end over end kick by Anderson. This will go out of bounds inside the 30-yard line and inside the 25-yard line as well of the Knights. So they will have their second possession at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Again, 8:30 left here in the opening quarter in no score. Both defenses getting an early 3-and-out stand on both sides of the football. And coming into this game, the Knights are actually sitting at 4-2. They actually did not have a game the week of September 11th when in this 6-game season. Not sure, was looking in to see if it was maybe a cancellation or postponement, anything like that. But they come in with 6 games on the season, but still, you know, both teams ready to play here tonight. The 8 and 9 seed in Division 6, Region 21, looking to move on here this evening. So Cruz back at quarterback for, coming in for quarterback there for the Knights. Looks like number 5 have a couple number 7s on their roster, but no number 5 on the Knights Knights roster.
I'd assume that's probably Trey Birch. He's a quarterback linebacker, senior, 6 foot, 220 pounds.
So Birch getting the signals from his head coach, Mike Cook, here on the sideline. And now this Knights offense is only able to score about 19 points a game, but they are very opportunistic when they do score. And that's kind of been the theme of CVC TV this year, being opportunistic, and that's the kind of offense the Knights have because they know their defense is going to come out strong, only giving up 12, 13 points per game. Birch will call his own number coming around left side here, gets across the 25, out close to the 30-yard line, gets stacked up there by a host of Trojan defenders, and right at the 30-yard line will bring up 3rd down and 6, ticking under the 7:30 mark here in the first quarter.
Great hard run by Birch, just running off the left side, having his offensive line, everyone trying to give him a push to try and get as many yards as possible. 3rd and about 2 there for him, so let's see if they can capitalize and get the first down of the game here for us.
All right, so Birch will go into the huddle here, kind of a one of those unique ways of, you just don't see the traditional huddle much anymore in these spread offenses and quick up-tempo offenses at the high school and collegiate level. But Birch will be in the shotgun here. He will hand off to Trayton Mackey, trying to get around the right side, and good open field tackle. The ball is out on the ground. Looks like they are marking him down right across the 30 at the 31-yard line, only able to gain 1 yard there, as coming in on the tackle again, already having a big game for himself on defense. Robinson Carter on the tackle. Good open field pursuit by Carter in this ball game.
Absolutely was. However, I sort of expected Trayton Mackey to try and cut that one up because there looked to be a wide open hole just to the left of him. He needs to start looking for that. He's a sophomore, so he's going to learn from that experience.
So the Knights showing that they're going to go for this 4th and 1 play, but Coach Cook will call a timeout. First timeout charged to the Knights here in this opening half. They will have 2 remaining. And want to remind everyone out there, we want to thank our presenting sponsor during this timeout of CVC TV is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick specialize in dental surgery and implants, as well as corrective jaw and facial surgery and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them continuously for their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs, and all of these student athletes that we get to present to you here tonight on CVC TV. A great crowd on hand as well for the tickets that were, of course, due to COVID-19, limited availability of tickets. Still a great crowd on hand here tonight, but we want to thank everybody that is tuning in here tonight as well. As the Knights do go for it on fourth down, and they are able to pick it up out to the 34-yard line. Looks like Birch called his own number there and just ran right up the middle.
And that's a great smart move. Almost looked like Tim Tebow from about 10 years ago. Just, getting that head start of a run, just bulldozing right through the line. Great run, great play call by the coach, and, by Coach Mike Cook.
So the first down of this ball game goes the way of the Knights, and they are at their own 34-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:40 to go in the first quarter. Still no score as of yet, but Birch has got the offense spread out as he sends one man in motion across the formation, and they have a false start. Sounded like almost a hard count there from Birch, but the offensive line moves. They will move back 5 yards. Drop them to a 1st and 15.
And once again, those are the penalties that we've talked about, in previous weeks that you need to not be doing those. I mean, those are just careless penalties there for them, moving you back 5 yards. Whenever your offense isn't a mega offense, you can't have penalties like that. You got to capitalize, like we were saying last week. Word of the day last week was capitalize, and you have to capitalize on moments like this. I truly do expect the Trojans defense to try and capitalize on their mistake.
Birch sending a man in motion. He will get it on the jet sweep here. That goes in the hands of Asian Burton trying to get around, and flag comes out from behind the play. Burt only able to get back to the 30-yard line, so loss on the play of about 4, but we'll check this flag here in one moment.
Yeah, once again, it is going to be a hold on the Knights there for them. So just back-to-back really bad penalties there for you. Now it's going to be, instead of first and 10, back-to-back penalties, now you're looking at 1st and 20. A lot tougher to get on that one.
So they do march the Knights back for the holding penalty there, as Burt was trying to get around left edge there, but it'll be dropped all the way to a 1st and 25 back to the, looks like the 16-yard line is where they will have this one marked.
Yeah, 1st and 26. Wow.
So they must have gone spot of the foul there. So a loss of 11 on that play. So 1st and a mile here to start this possession, and that ball is out on the ground, but never secured the catch. Looks like Birch was going for Autry, Chris Autry on the outside, picking his head up just a little bit too quick, and that ball falls harmlessly to the turf.
Right now it looks like Davion Cruz is in at quarterback there for them. So I think that's the sort of tandem that we're going to see. If it's going to be a passing down, we're going to see Cruz in there. If it's going to be a running play, we're going to see Birch in there. So keep an eye on that.
So Cruz back in game at quarterback. He will have 3 wide receivers out to the far side, out to the right, and that was a dangerous pass. A little bit too much mustard on that pass out to Burt, and goes through his hands. Luckily, no Trojan defender was around that to pick that one off, because they would have had green turf in front of them for a pick 6.
Yeah, they would have only needed to gone about 16 yards on that one. So definitely very lucky for the Knights not to have that one intercepted there for them. It does look like Cruz is heading back out there. At 3rd and 28, 3rd and a mile and a half, you're not expecting to get this. Just try and get a couple of yards, get away from that end zone, and then free up some room for your kicker.
So actually set at 3rd and 28, and they'll just get it in the hands of the running back and not going much of anywhere. Gain out to the 19-yard line, only able to gain 3, and that will bring up another 4th down. Looks like carrying the football there is the senior running back, Karif Culler, 5'10", 215-pound running back, also will play some linebacker for the Knights as well.
Yeah, you were telling me before this game started the Trojans were giving up 23 points a game. They look a lot faster than what I was expecting to see from them. So it's this is going to be a defensive matchup the entire night, I think.
So Andrzejak back to punt on this play. He's standing back at his 5-yard line. He punts this one away to Jack Maloney, trying to get around the left side, and good return here for the Trojans, getting inside Knight territory. First time we see anyone inside the opponent's territory here this evening, and he gets down inside the 35-yard line. They will mark him at the 34 of the Knights. So great field position here now for Ian Anderson and the Trinity offense.
Fantastic punt return by Jack Maloney, one of the captains of this team. Very much looking forward to seeing what he does tonight. About 3 minutes and 47 seconds left, 0-0 score. It's a great defensive game so far.
Anderson back to pass, swinging it out to Owens. Owens trying to make a move, but the Knights will not let him escape, and they get 9 of their 11 defenders in on that play. And that is what Coach Cook preaches. Swarm to the football, wrap up, and don't let these playmakers get out in open space.
Team tackling is the biggest winner of the night there for us. That's the only way that you're going to be able to stop those dynamic sort of players, is by getting everyone involved on it for your defense. Great stop by the Knights on that play.
3:10 to go in the opening quarter. Loss of 1 to bring up a 2nd down and 11 play. Ian Anderson looking across the middle, and he has got Maloney wide open inside the 10, and he will score untouched for the opening score of this game. Jack Maloney, 35 yards from Ian Anderson to pay dirt, and they take the early 6-0 lead with the Trinity touchdown to open the scoreboard.
What a fantastic play by Jack Maloney. About a 10-yard slant there for him. As soon as he got in the middle of the field, it was easy sailing there for Ian Anderson. All he had to do was just put it right on him and got the easy 25-yard score.
As Trinity will look to kind of set up an attempt at a 2-point conversion, and they will go for this 2-point conversion, but Anderson just throws it right in the turf at the feet of his main target there, Zion Owens. So it remains 6-0, but with 3 minutes left here in the first quarter, the Trojans take advantage of the good field position, great field position, and strike first. Anderson to Maloney, and we sit Trinity 6, St. Thomas Aquinas 0.
Yeah, the 2-point play there for us. Just they had a weird offset line all the way over to the right. All the way over to the left side. They throw back over to the right where there was only a couple of different defenders out there. Pass was way too low for anything to happen there for them. However, they are up 6-0 with about 3 minutes left on the clock. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Knights can do on this series there for us. If it wasn't for those baffling penalties that they had back-to-back, who knows what they could have done with their previous drive.
And Ryan Trent, the junior kicker, 6', 175-pound kicker for Trinity, was only coming in 13 of 20 on extra points. So you wonder if that kind of played into them going early for 2, taking advantage of that. And running this one back, the kickoff return for the Knights. Asian Burt, who has had his hand on the football all night long, and a late flag comes out as the teams kind of got together for some extracurriculars that neither coach wants to see their student athletes getting into. It looks like we will have unsportsmanlike conduct, early signal against the Knights.
Once again, they're just shooting themselves in the foot right now, and that's something that you cannot have if you're coming into the game averaging 19 points. You absolutely need to capitalize on every opportunity that you get. It's an unfortunate situation, getting backed up now 15 yards for a penalty that should have never happened.
So it'll still be 1st down and 10, but they would have had their best opening field position of their first 3 possessions of this football game, and now that the ball will be marked at the 20-yard line, so that is where this Knights offense will get things going, and looks like Cruz will be the quarterback coming out this time. They have been kind of going back and forth between himself and Trey Birch here this evening, and he will be flanked by Karif Culler, his running back, and they will put 2 wide receivers on either side of this formation to start this possession. As Cruz just swings it out here to Burt, and he gets some nice yardage up the near sideline across the 25, be marked at the 26, so a gain of 6 on the first play from scrimmage. And there'll be a 2nd down and 4, 2:30 left here in the opening quarter.
Yeah, Burt caught that and ran immediately with it. I mean, he looked really good with that. Showed some real flash right there. That's exactly what you need to have on this drive. Only about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left, so you need to capitalize on big plays like that.
So this time they'll stack, and Burt will get this one once again, but better open field tackling there, not letting him get up the sideline as they're trying to look for those quick swing passes out, and especially getting in their speedster Burt's hands. But better job by the Trinity defense there, marked out after a gain of 1, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3 at the 27.
Yeah, Burt is a senior, 6'1", 190 pounds wide receiver, defensive back. Clearly looks like their go-to guy for the wide receiver position there for us. So I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly what Cruz and Burt can do the rest of the night here.
And this time they'll send Burt in motion. They'll get off to Color around the left side, and he will get the first down for the Knights here on the night. And he gets out to the 35-yard line, and that is enough for a 1st down, gain of 8 on that run, and a little misdirection there by the Knights offense.
Great hard run just off of the left side of the offensive line. That was by far the best push that we've seen from this offensive line so far tonight. And yeah, Collier really made his own moves on that one. Great overall run by the running back.
So they'll just stay in this formation. It looks like they're just going to stay with the traditional shotgun, 2 wide receivers on either side of the formation. And they'll send Burt in motion, makes a man miss, trying to get across midfield, and he does, trying to get down this left sideline. Trojans in pursuit, but Mackey making a great jump cut again, and he gets inside the 10, gets just tripped up. A touchdown saving tackle, but what a run by Mackey on the jet sweep, going right, left, right, jump cuts, and gets a 1st and goal for the Knights inside the 10-yard line. Looks like this ball will be spotted at the 4-yard line of Trinity.
Burt, unbelievable run there for him. Number 13 running all over the field, getting some great blocks out there, but he has been doing fantastic so far this quarter. Love to see it because he seems like he knows exactly where he needs to go, and that's that end zone, and they can smell it right now.
So Burt gets them set up. This time, ball comes out as it was Trey Birch who was looking to run that one in, and they were bringing in their running quarterback there. But ball gets fumbled away. Looks like Knights are fortunate to get on top of that. The Trinity defense has been able to force 17 turnovers on the season, including 12 fumbles.
Yeah, and just from that play right there, Trey Birch just trying to go up the right side of the line there for us. The Trojans with a staunch defense just plugging up the line right there for him. Birch fumbling the ball and it almost going to the Trojans. Knights were lucky to pick that one up. It is now 2nd and 6 there for them, or 3rd and 6.
And they're going to try to get this one off before the end of the quarter. They do with 10 seconds left. They'll send it out to Color, trying to get around, following his blockers, trying to push across the pylon. And he does. He gets into the end zone himself from 6 yards out. And Kharif Color gets the Knights on the board with the first St. Thomas Aquinas touchdown of the evening. And we are tied at 6, an extra point away. After all of that in the first quarter, being able to take the lead at the end of this opening quarter.
Kharif Collier's patience got him that touchdown. He waited for his blocks. It was a fantastic run. Even though it was only 6 yards, it was a great overall run over to the left side for them.
So Mitchell Brown, even though it does get tipped at the line of scrimmage, puts that one through, and the Knights take the lead with 3 seconds left here in the first quarter. 7-6, and that sideline is fired up, and they have a great traveling party of fans with them here tonight as we are inside the crowd here at Cuyahoga Heights High School. Trinity, of course, with their field not having the availability this evening to host this, they are hosting this at just up the road of one of their neighbors, Cuyahoga Heights High School, Trinity High School, located in Garfield Heights, Ohio. And you just feel that quick energy shift from one sideline to the other. And the Knights are fired up and looking to try to really take control as we move into the second quarter.
Absolutely. The momentum has shifted already. There's only 3 seconds left here on the clock, so we're going to see if the Knights can take it into the second quarter there for us. They still got to kick off the ball, and they got a dangerous couple of returners back there for the Trojans, so you definitely want to be careful kicking it off to those kids.
So Mitchell Brown will kick this one away after converting on that extra point. Sprints into that football end over end, angling towards the sideline, and not able to corral that, kind of going off of his shoulder pads and out of bounds. So the Trinity will be deep in their own territory. Caleb Moss not able to corral that football. And fortunate there that went out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a dangerous play by Caleb Moss. He made the right decision to try and pick it up. However, it just took that awkward bounce, and that's what you get whenever you play with an oblong sort of shaped ball like a football. It is a tough thing to pick up whenever it hits that just wrong angle. Unfortunately, it took that bounce on Caleb Moss, who's a freshman, 5'9", 165. I'm sure he's definitely going to learn from that and give it his all next time.
It's 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line. Ian Anderson will hand this one off to Cale Brown, getting around the left side. And not much there. The final play of the first quarter. Actually losing a yard there, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 11 once this quarter change happens. They change sides of the field. The Trojans have a long way to go to the opposite end of this field to have their 2nd down 11 play, with the Knights leading after 1 quarter 7-6 in this Division VI Region 21 matchup. Want to remind you that we are presented to you here tonight by several sponsors, including Vape Educate. Vape Educate is an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, of course, it can be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. Schools these days are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. Please visit vapeeducate.com to learn more about all the programs and information they offer. That is vapeeducate.com. And Paulus, we kind of thought, based on points per game and some of the statistics we saw coming into this football game, we were going to get a defensive battle. Well, these last 2 possessions, the offenses have kind of gotten things kick-started, and the Knights are really trying to build some early momentum in this first half.
Absolutely. I think both offenses heard us talking about their defenses and was like, you know what, let's take this game over. Great overall performances by the offenses on back-to-back possessions there for them, and it looks like the Trojans are backed up right now.
So Trinity 2nd and 11 at their own 5, trying to get the ball to Zion Owens, and he is in the end zone. I don't know if forward progress got him back across the line of scrimmage, and referees are coming together to talk here. Looks like this should be a safety. Again, if that ball breaks the plane, though, and they do mark it a safety, so the defense gets a score as well. And they are all fired up as all of the defenders come across to their defensive coordinator, high-fiving and shoulder bumping, and it is 9-6 Knights. And they have scored the last 9 points of this football game, so 11:50 to go. Their offense gets the ball back, already leading 9-6 after their defense continues to build on this strong start.
Coach Mike Cook should be thrilled with the way his defense is playing right now. Getting that safety is extremely tough. Even though the Trojans were backed up some, it is very tough to get a safety at any point in time in the game. Great overall performance so far by this defense, and as soon as you get that safety, you gotta love it, because your offense is now going to get the ball and most likely have great field position, because the other team has to punt the ball instead of do a traditional kickoff return. So you're going to see the Knights have the ball probably close to the 40, possibly even midfield there for them whenever it's all said and done.
And they have their speedster who got them set up for that touchdown before. They have Asian Burt back there on kick return duties, as well as DeAndre Black. Those are the 2 deep here on this safety kickoff from Trinity. And just your thoughts quickly, Paulus, on both these teams go in that shotgun formation. Don't go under center, but when you're backed up close to your own end zone, you're already starting in your own end zone. You're putting yourself in position for that. Are you in favor of that?
Absolutely not. It is a huge mistake by the Trojans coaching staff to do that. I have no idea why you would do that, because as soon as the ball snapped, you know that defense you're up against is a great team. Why would you even do that? I just don't understand it.
As this one will go in the hands of DeAndre Black, looking to make a move, come across all the way across the field, going east and west, trying to get north and south. Makes a great spin move across midfield, and ball may have come out, and it does. So just like that, DeAndre Black with a great return across midfield, but doing a little bit too much. Instead of cutting it up the field, gets that ball knocked out. And so the safety and Knights offense coming right back out does no damage.
This is unbelievable.
While the Knights scored 2 points,
yeah,
Trinity gets to come right back out with their offense.
Absolutely. I mean, that is, getting the that is all the breaks going your way on that play. I really thought that Burt had a fantastic block to lead him up there, and just unfortunate for the fumble. Now the Trojans have great starting field position.
So Anderson in the pistol formation this time, looking to throw, trying to go up over the top between two men, and what a catch! What a catch by the wide receiver here on the near side. That looks like Naval Jackson, the 5'10", 115-pound senior. Great concentration between double coverage, and he has them set up inside the 25 at the Knight 22-yard line.
Yeah, Neville Jackson just bailed out his quarterback, Ian Anderson. Ian just threw it up for prayers, and Neville came down with it. Unbelievable.
So this time Anderson being pressured, gets some time and space and just throws it. Had his man open there across the middle with the right pylon right in his eyes, and I think LeJean Woods started looking at that pylon and getting into the end zone. While the throw's a little low, hit his hand, you got to make that grab.
Absolutely have to make that catch. Woods should have been walking in, should be celebrating with his teammates right now. Unfortunate, I mean, he was wide open. There was no one within 15 yards of the kid. So you definitely have to keep your eyes on the ball, catch it, and then run.
So clock stopped here, 11:14 to go. Anderson will get this one into his running back's hands, and a good, just powerful run straight up the middle, gain of 9 by Cale Brown. So second down and 10 will become a 3rd and 1. And I was just about to say, Paulus, a guy that came in Cale Brown with 736 yards on the ground, 155 carries. Hadn't been much running there, but he showed you why.
He showed you why he's one of the best there in this conference, and here he goes.
Cale Brown gets this little screen pass, makes a jump cut inside, and gets into the end zone as the back judge comes up to assist the side judge, raises the 2 arms in touchdown formation, and just like that, Anderson has his 2nd touchdown pass of the night, this time going to Cale Brown, 14 yards out, and they take the 12-9 lead. This feels like a playoff game here in Northeast Ohio.
It 100% does. Now they got that funky formation for the 2-point conversion all over again. That was a fantastic run by Cale Brown, though. Catching it in the backfield there for him. And
they're going to try to loft this one up, and second time they're going for a 2-point conversion. That looks like may have been intercepted there in the back of the end zone if he did not fall out of bounds. They were looking for Naval Jackson again, but that 2-point try goes awry, so it remains 12-9 with 10:35 to go. And after the Knights score 9 points, 2 of those coming on defense, the Trinity Trojans come right back, and Anderson gets his 2nd touchdown pass of the evening. And this seems like this is going to be one of those games that could go back and forth all night. So buckle in if you're watching at home. As Paulus and I will bring you all the action all night long, or if you're watching on replay, you're getting a good one.
You absolutely are. Trinity Trojans capitalizing on the turnover, just going straight down the field with some fantastic plays there for them. And let's see how the Knights come back and counterpunch their way, getting back to this. If I am if I'm the Trojans, I want nothing to do with Burt. You do not kick it, Asian Burt. He will take it back all the way if you give him an opportunity again. I guarantee that.
And this is a Division 6 Region 21 8 and 9 seed matchup here this evening. In the same division and region, over in Wycliffe on the east side, they are up 14-0 in their game, their opening playoff game, as they had a bye last week. So another CVC team up early in their playoff game. So Asian Burt will collect this one at his own 15-yard line, looking to make a few men miss, and a good return there. And Asian Burt, with his family right in front of us, they are fired up as he is making some plays. He is that go-to guy for this Knights offense, special teams, probably even defense too.
I was going to say, every week we find Mr. Everything, yes. And he is Mr. Everything to this team. He is looking great so far in this first quarter and 2 minutes here for us. I can't wait to see how the rest of this game goes. 12-9, but it feels like it could be 30-30 right now with the offensive output that we've seen over the last 5 minutes of game time.
Yeah, you mentioned Mr. Everything. We should have a Mr. Everything award to present at the end of the game.
We should
get a sponsor involved in that too, because if you're interested, you can always reach out to the Chagrin Valley Conference at chagrinvalleyconference.com for all the details on how to sponsor.
Smartest man in the business right here.
All right, so that time handoff will go to Color up the middle. Gain of about 5, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 5, ticking under the 10-minute to go mark here in the opening half. Knights trailing 12-9 to Trinity. And
this is a crucial drive for the Knights right now to gain the momentum back after losing it, after you going down, scoring a touchdown, then getting the safety, and then missing the opportunity of the fumble. You got to capitalize here.
And Color will get another carry, and he will get a 1st down right out to midfield. Gain of 7 on 2nd and 5, and chains will move. So it looks like they're going to try to start maybe controlling a little clock, trying to establish some dominance there in the trenches.
Karif Collar, senior, 5'10", 215 pounds, running back, linebacker. He is a bulldozer out there right now, gaining that 1st down all by himself. He looks great so far tonight.
As Cruz looks over at his coach one last time for the final instructions. And this time, Color will get the handoff again, and a great tackle from behind. Kayvon Robinson-Carter is having himself a ball game on defense for Trinity this evening.
He is all over the field. I mean, I think that's already his 2nd tackle for loss there for him in the backfield. He is playing fantastic. He's playing his heart out right now.
And like we said, he came into the ball game with 28 tackles and 2 sacks on the season as well. Already getting that total up to about 31, 32.
There you go.
And getting close to joining and being a part of the group of 5 that are basically at 40 tackles on the season. So, it's a defense that is well coached and stays disciplined throughout the ball game. Jet sweep here, action for the Knights. That one going to Vinny Zarin. 5'10", 150-pound wide receiver on the jet sweep there. So it really looks like the Knights want to establish their run game on this possession.
They want to slow it down. They want to regain that momentum that they had lost from that fumble, which is the smart thing to do. Coach Mike Cook is no dummy. He is going to go out there. He's going to put his best players out on the field, do the jet sweep motions, get a couple easy 1st downs. It's 3rd and 6, a little tougher, but whenever you got these fast swinging kids, and
that snap goes way over the head of Cruz, able to just fall on it, but that one goes all the way back inside the Knights' own 35-yard line. Looks like he corrals that at his own 34-yard line. And that is a loss of a bunch, and it'll bring up 4th down. So an encouraging drive goes awry for the Knights as that snap just went sailing over Cruz's head.
Unbelievable turn of events there for him. They were trying to control the clock the entire way down the field, and they looked great doing it. Just one high snap ruins that entire drive there for the kids of the Knights, and now big punt has to come through.
So it was a loss of 20 on that bad snap, and Andrzak was able to corral that, and a great punt. Not able to collect that was Jack Maloney, and there's that man again, Mr. Everything.
Mr. Everything,
for the
baby.
Knights. That was Asian Burt able to collect that because Maloney had touched that one, becomes a live football. So second time here, one for each team where we see a difficult play. First, it was Trinity getting the safety, that Knights defense coming through to get the safety. They kick it away. Fumble gives the ball right back to them. Bad snap for the Knights, turns into a long 4th and 26 punt, and yet their offense gets to come right back off the sideline.
Emotions are running wild right now. Everyone is hyped up on this sideline for the Knights. I can't wait to see exactly how they're going to be able to pull this one off.
Birch back in at quarterback. He will hand off to Color there, up the middle, cross inside the 20-yard line. Looks like his knee goes down right there, so gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Trinity leading 12-9 in this ball game, but the Knights on the drive here and set up with great field position to get points on this particular drive.
Absolutely, and by far one of the most exciting halves that we've seen so far, doing this, for the last month or so. This has been fantastic. CVC TV highlights here coming for you.
And difficult snap there, but Birch able to collect and make a man miss and just lowering the shoulder. But good pursuit of the football by Trinity on defense. A lot of running around, a lot of energy absorbed there by Birch on that run. Only able to gain 1, and it'll be 3rd and 6, 3rd and medium here for the Knights.
Yeah, I don't know who got the worst of that hit, whether it was Birch, the cornerback, running, or if it was the defensive lineman. I didn't catch exactly who had that tackle, but, I mean, that was a hell of a hit right there.
So Birch will stay in on this 3rd and 6 play as we have passed the halfway mark of the second quarter. And they'll send 2 men in motion on this play. 2 wide receivers out to the far side. He'll pitch it out to Color. I'm looking to make a man miss, getting it inside the 15. Needed to get down to the 13. Looks like he may be a yard shy, but the Knights have already shown they will go for it on 4th down. And opponents of Trinity, when they are on defense, are able to convert 4th down 60% of the time, with 6 conversions coming into tonight, up to 7 with that early conversion being 1 for 1 already with the Knights.
Yeah, whenever you have Birch, Collar, and Burt out there, you definitely go for this on 4th and 1 on the 14-yard line. You're looking to put some more points up there with about 5 minutes and 10 seconds left.
4th and 1. 5 minutes to go. Birch will just call his own number, and he will just push that pile himself. No need for the offensive line to make too big of a hole. Birch with the power in the legs to push that pile, and he does get a 1st down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal at the Trojan 9-yard line, looking to take back control of this ball game. Trailing 12-9 are the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas.
And Trey Birch is a big guy, a senior, 6 foot, 220 pounds, plays quarterback and linebacker. But I mean, they use him as a just stationed running back, Tim Tebow-esque. You give him that running start, he's going to gain you at least 2, 3, 4 yards, almost on automatically.
Needed 1, he got you 5 and set you up 1st and goal. So. Again, good power in those legs from Birch, and again, he will just call his own number, just pushing tacklers, trying to jump over the scrum there along the line of scrimmage, and able to dive across the 5. So a gain of 5 on 1st and goal. Bring up a 2nd goal at the Trinity 4-yard line.
I mean, he knocked over his own offensive lineman. He ran over his own offensive lineman to gain an extra 2 yards. That's what you love to see out of your quarterback.
And Birch will run it again, and looks like able to just get a tackle on the shoestrings there, getting up at the bottom of the pile there. Looks like Sean Arth, who came in on the season with, he was 2nd leading tackler with 51 tackles, 29 of those being solos, and 3 sacks. So a touchdown saving tackle there by Arth. Getting through his blocks there is going to bring in the bigger packages there, as the Knights will call their 2nd timeout of the 1st half, and they will have it 3rd and goal at the Trinity 2-yard line, coming out of this timeout at the 3:43 to go mark here in the second quarter, trailing 12-9. I want to remind all of you and thank, and I'm sure they're enjoying this game as well, watching from home, the CVC Commissioner, Don Lewis, and his fellow doctors over there at the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. They are this year's title sponsor for CVC TV. Their practice will diagnose and treat your facial pain and injuries, as well as offer a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website, and you'll hear it all night long, but I'm going to say it anyways. That is www.ohsurgery.com, www.ohsurgery.com to learn more and get a sense of what the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery can offer you. So coming out of this timeout, Birch will remain at quarterback for the Knights. They'll have two wide receivers here on the near side, kind of an offset pistol formation. Birch in the shotgun. He's just going to call his own number, jumps over the pile, trying to reach the ball out, and waiting for a signal, and they do signal touchdown, a little delayed, but Birch does it himself, 2 yards out, and the Knights regain the lead, 15-12 with 3.5 minutes left here in the opening half. We told you folks, buckle in, this is going to be a good one, and the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas and the Trojans of Trinity High School have both come to play in the second round of the playoffs here tonight. And set to attempt the extra point, that'll be Mitchell Brown. Again, ball down, kick on its way and through the uprights. They take the 4-point lead, 16-12 over Trinity. And you just feel energy just going back and forth. It's like a tug-of-war battle right now, a boxing match, and it's set up for great football all night long.
You know, it absolutely is. This Knights team is just capitalizing on everything whenever it comes down to these missed fumble attempts, fumble recoveries, everything like that right now. And they are playing super tough out there. Both, once again, coming into the night, we really thought that their defense was going to be the star of it. But this offense has taken a turn. I truly believe that. This offense is playing unbelievably well so far in this first half.
So as it sits right now, Trinity's sitting right on that 12-point mark where this Knights defense kind of keeps their opponents in the realm of throughout the season. What does this Trojan offense have to do to get kind of regain momentum and keep that tug-of-war almost even going into the locker room?
Just play your game. Just play your game. You don't have to do anything too crazy. You don't have to go out of the box for it. Just give the ball to Caleb Brown. Let him do some running. He's been averaging 100 yards a game rushing, so give him the ball. Let's see what he can do.
And offsides on the kickoff for the Knights, so they will back that one up 5 yards. So.
And honestly, that is a bonus for them because that ball was going out of bounds, and that would have put them at the 40-yard line for the Trojans.
So back deep for Trinity, again, is Caleb Moss and Jack Maloney. Teeing it up for St. Thomas Aquinas is Mitchell Brown. As he will now back this one up 5 yards. Tee is set on the far hash of the 35-yard line. Hands raised for the special teams unit of the Knights. And he gets into this kickoff. And that one is a fair kickoff, and that will go into the end zone, bound into the end zone. So a better scenario there.
Much
still,
better.
Even though they were trying to hem them in deep once again, being set at the 20-yard line for Trinity instead of the 40-yard line. Much better scenario for this Knights defense looking to try to bookend that offensive score with a defensive stand once again.
If you're the Knights right now, you are just looking for that one stop, get out of here with the lead going into halftime. Maybe if you can get a turnover here, I'm not saying that you're going to put away the game, but I mean you are doing everything on the right way to get out of this first half. Just looking fantastic.
So Anderson staying in at quarterback. He'll swing this one out to Maloney, avoiding getting across the line of scrimmage there. Maloney with the swing pass gets out across the 25 out to the 26. Gain of 6 on first down. 2nd down and 4 as we have hit the 3:30 mark left here in the opening half. Trinity with the ball, trailing 16-12 to St. Thomas Aquinas.
That was a real quick rocket over to Maloney from Anderson.
And kind of a sidearm there by Anderson, trying to get it out to his wide receiver, and looks like there may be a hold in that far side as a flag does come out. And they're just trying to get these quick-hitting screen passes out to their wide receivers, but we'll await the call. Early signal looked like holding, but as the some of the Trinity offensive linemen speak to the head referee out there on the field.
Yeah, I'd love to see this Trojans offense do a little bit more play action and try and get a little bit more, ahead of the safeties and corners out there. They've had wide open receivers so far tonight. I mean, we've seen some great throws to Jackson as well as Maloney and and Owens as well, Zion Owens. I'd love to see them try and get a little bit more out of those playmakers.
So it looks like a loss of 12, illegal block in the back. And it'll bring up a, they have 3rd down, and Anderson goes down in the backfield, gets sacked back inside the 10-yard line at his own 9-yard line. Tough to see from our vantage point who got in on that sack, but look like a couple Knight defenders with that sack. So a great play there. And this Trojans offense going in the wrong direction on this possession.
When I was saying do play action, I meant like 2nd and 10, not 3rd and 30.
So 3rd and 21. Anderson will just try to hand it off on a draw play here to his running back. And good gain of yards there by Cale Brown.
Great run.
Getting back out to the 25-yard line. It'll still bring up a 4th down, and hemmed in their own territory. Anderson looks like he will punt this one away, but anytime the quarterback is the punter, you do have to watch out for those fakes, something we've seen throughout the season here on CVC TV.
Expect the unexpected. I truly believe they are going to go, and kick this ball, but, don't be surprised.
2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, and they get the Knights to jump. Looks like encroachment, not sure if there was.
It was against the Trojans.
Yep, so Trinity on the hard count. They knew it was coming and still jumped, and that forced the Knights to come across the line. So, always kind of a back and forth battle there. When one jumps across the line, who made who jump first? Like what came first, the chicken or the egg? And that one is blocked and into the end zone. That is a touchdown for the Knights, blocking and recovering in the end zone. That is number 69, Keston Wanchik, who made a big play early in this ball game, and he gets the 2nd defensive score for the Knights on the night, and they go 22-12. So what was a 4-point lead, hinging on possibly an 11-point deficit for Trinity going into halftime.
What a swing, what a turn of events. Once again, that is the defensive lineman's dream, getting that punt block as well as going for getting the touchdown to go along with it. Now they are up 10 points with that missed extra point. Minute 45 left. What a fantastic half of football that we've seen so far tonight.
So Trinity able to make a stand there on special teams. They blocked the extra point, but they trail 22-12. And St. Thomas Aquinas took the trip up from Louisville, Ohio, and they are looking to go home and move on in these playoffs, gaining that early book-ending, momentum-swinging play. They've gotten the safety. Now they've gotten the block punt for a touchdown. And this St. Thomas Aquinas team is kind of Mr. Do-It-All, doing it all on all ends, throwing, running, defending,
catching. He's
blocking,
everywhere.
Blocking punts. They are everywhere on this football field, and the Knights are fired up, but still a lot of time left. You still have about 26 minutes left in this ball game. Trinity not out of it, anywhere near out of it in this ball game, but with a minute 45 And still all 3 timeouts, plenty of time to try to get a score back up on that scoreboard.
Absolutely, and you need a big kickoff return here if you can get it. And there we go.
We'll try to hem him to the sideline and coming across the formation. That looks like Caleb Moss down this near sideline just runs through a defender at midfield. Looks like that was the kicker trying to make a play. Coach told him just get in front. He did, but he paid for it. And Caleb Moss has Trinity set up with tremendous field position. Plenty of time with all 3 timeouts. Minute 34, 50 yards to go to get a score here, trailing 22-12.
What did I say? You needed to have a great kickoff return right there, and Caleb Brown did just that. What a fantastic run there for him.
We've seen Trinity able to get it through the air quickly, but going down in the backfield goes Anderson again, sacked for what I believe is the 3rd time already in this ball game.
Trent Herman coming through, the 5'10", 260-pound defensive lineman, a senior for this Knights offense. A 10-yard loss, 2nd and 20, and Anderson looking to throw again. Sidearming that, gets it in the hand of Zion Moss, and flag comes out. Makes a man miss, getting up that sideline. He's getting away. He goes into the end zone for the score. We'll await the flag. But one play later, Zion Owens goes into the end zone. They're looking to bring this one back. That flag was thrown as he was catching that football. Not sure if there was a receiver out in front blocking or holding for him, or if they were calling pass interference. Yeah, I'm not. I think they're going to call it as a touchdown. Yeah, that's going to be a touchdown there for him. It was a pass interference on the Knights. Unbelievable plays to finish up both quarters here for us. Just unreal football that we have here tonight.
With the defender draped all over him, Zion Owens with his 6th touchdown reception on the season, and just making men miss up and down that sideline. And coming in for the extra point, that's Ryan Trent. And it is 22-19, so less than a minute later, Trinity feeling a lot better, pulling some of that momentum back to their sideline on the far side of this field from where we are situated here this evening. And it is 22-19, only 1 timeout for the Knights, but still plenty of time. And with these speedsters we have seen on both kickoff return teams, anything is possible in this football game.
Both teams are throwing haymakers right now, and you love to see it. There are no jabs. There's no 1 or 2 yard gains. It is big money plays, and everyone is doing their part. You absolutely love to see it. High school playoff football here in Northeast Ohio, the cradle of it all. You love to see it.
And that was Zion Owens' 19th reception on the season. He's upward near 500 yards receiving on the season. Like we said, 6 touchdowns through the air, and he has 0 fumbles, has not turned the ball over. He's the one turning the other teams over. He has, on defense, he has 4 interceptions, 3 fumble recoveries, and 3 defensive touchdowns as well. So Mr. Do-It-All for Trinity trying to show Mr. Burt here on the Knights. It's going to be Owens versus Burt, maybe the rest of this football game.
Love to see it too.
So this kickoff return will send DeAndre Black back to his 10-yard line. And trying to make a man miss, but good recovery speed by Jack Maloney to get him down across the 20 at the 22-yard line. So 50 seconds even left on the clock to our left, as again the Knights come back out on offense, leading 22-19. They do have 1 timeout remaining, but both of these offenses, from what we saw statistically versus what we are seeing this evening, they can score, they can gain yards in a hurry.
Yeah, both these teams are just squaring up and just, you hit me, I hit you back, and we love to see that from these great playoff teams.
What does that old saying go? Whatever you can do, I can
do better. Yeah.
If we get that back and forth all night, stay tuned, folks.
We're going to have a classic.
And they'll just have a draw play here with Karif Culler looking to try to gain some yards quickly on that play. able to gain about 5 on the play out to the 26. 2nd down and 5, but clock ticking. And looks like the Knights are in no hurry. They may be content to go into the locker room leading in this ball game, try to catch their breath a little bit and go into the locker room leading.
Yeah, both these teams are spent right now, and you can just tell the emotional toll that it's been for both these teams so far has been unbelievably great so far.
And the clock ticks to 10 seconds remaining. They'll just hand off again to color, and Coach Cook is content to go into the locker room as we have officially hit halftime here with the Knights narrowly leading Trinity 22-19. We'll be back after a brief message from our sponsors here for your halftime breakdown.
This halftime breakdown is sponsored by Capwell Financial Advisors Northwestern Mutual. Capwell Financial Advisors strives to increase capital wellness through clear, comprehensive financial planning. They start by articulating a vivid vision for your financial security, then take quality financial actions to align your money with what matters to you the most. To put your vision into action, contact them today at capwell.nm.com.
Welcome back inside Ralph P. Adams Stadium. Just for a brief couple moments here as we have your halftime breakdown. St. Thomas Aquinas Knights from Louisville, Ohio, leading CVC team and from Garfield Heights Trinity High School, 22-19 here at Cuyahoga Heights High School in kind of a neutral site affair in Division 6, Region 21. And Paulus, you said it, just looking at this first half quickly, haymakers being thrown by both teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Asian Burt, I mean, just what can you say about him? I mean, the Knights are living and dying with everything that he does, and he has been performing unbelievable so far tonight. Yeah, I mean, you also look at what Cale Brown is doing for the Trojans, Ian Anderson. I mean, we have some great matchups so far, and this first half, 22-19, by far one of the most exciting, unexpected turn of events. You know, it seems like every 30 seconds someone's throwing a haymaker out there, and you'll love to see that for playoff football.
I guess what's kind of gone under the radar here, Ian Anderson with 3 touchdown passes, one of 35 yards, 14 yards, and then 60 yards to Zion Owens, his leading receiver there for Trinity. So that we have hit halftime here, 15-minute time frame there. We'll be back in just a little under 15 minutes for all of your second half action. Stay tuned to CVC TV. St. Thomas Aquinas leading at halftime, 22-19. We'll be back in just a few short moments.
This halftime breakdown is sponsored by Capwell Financial Advisors Northwestern Mutual. Capwell Financial Advisors strives to increase capital wellness through clear, comprehensive financial planning. They start by articulating a vivid vision for your financial security, then take quality financial actions to align your money with what matters to you the most. To put your vision into action, contact them today at capwell.nm.com.
Welcome back on in to Ralph P. Adams Stadium here in Cuyahoga Heights, Ohio, where we are in the midst of one heck of a Division VI Region 21 second round playoff matchup between the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas High School and the Trojans of Trinity High School. At halftime, the Knights are leading 22-19 on your featured game of the week here on CVC TV, presented to you by the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. I am Kevin Arnold here with your halftime breakdown, sponsored by the Capwell Financial Advisors. Alongside me, my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus. Paulus, your thoughts on an opening half, probably one of the best first halves we have seen here on CVC TV all season long.
Easily the most unexpected first half of play that we've seen all year long here for CVC TV. I mean, it just, once again, haymakers left and right by both teams, not just the Knights, but the Trojans as well. Asian Burt for the Knights has been playing out of his mind. He is Mr. Everything for the Knights. And then for the Trojans, I mean, Cale Brown has had some really nice looks, as well as Ian Anderson with the 3 touchdown passes, one of which was 60-plus yards there for him. I mean, this is going to go down to the wire. I truly believe this game is going to be played into, the overall game plan is going to come down to fourth quarter execution. But in order to get there, you got to play the third quarter. And, if you can get up with a big lead here in the third quarter, if you're the Knights, great, do that. But just play your game. That's what both coaches should be telling their teams. Just go out there, play your game. If you give a effort, that should be enough.
And as we see the captains kind of get the second half instructions out there on the field, Zion Owens representing Trinity, and looks like Robbie Mitchell representing the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas. About 2.5 minutes left of warm-ups here in the second half. We didn't have any marching band action there in the second half.
A little different for us.
So these teams get 18 minutes where they, able to talk and get things going, make their in-game adjustments, their halftime adjustments. Take me inside both team huddles there at halftime. We'll start with St. Thomas Aquinas, then flip over to Trinity. What is Coach Mike Cook telling his Knights there at halftime?
Mike Cook is just telling his team, you guys have the momentum of this game. You guys have the 22 points to the 19. You are doing a great job, but do not get satisfied. There is still plenty of game left to be played. You have to go out and capitalize on every opportunity, every forced fumble, every interception. Do everything possible, win the turnover battle tonight, and you will be victorious.
And flip it over to the Trinity side of things. Coach Jeff McSweeney and his coaching staff. What was that message to halftime to the Trojans?
You are in this ball game. There is no doubt in your mind that you have the opportunity to win this game, and you can win it big. Your offense can be explosive. We've seen that. Ian Anderson has been playing extremely well, and he is getting blitzed out of his mind by this Knights team, and he looks really good. I'd like to see Cale Brown get more carries, though. Coming into this game, he's averaging over 100 yards a game. He looks fantastic whenever he has the ball in his hands. If I'm Coach McSweeney, give Cale Brown the rock and see what he can get your team, because if you give him it to him enough times, he's going to get the scores.
And Anderson has been doing a great job for Trinity, getting the ball in the hands of those playmakers, just letting them run like he did on that last touchdown pass that went 60 yards. Only passed it about 15, 20 yards to Zion Owens, and he did the rest, even amongst contact. And on the other side, as we mentioned, Asian Burke, who has been all over the field and getting the Knights offense in great positions. Some other scores as we look around the scoreboard here in high school football action in the CVC. A couple scores for you that we saw at halftime. Over in Division 5, Beechwood, who just picked up, and we were out there last week at Beechwood High School, they just picked up their first playoff win after their first playoff home game in program history last week. They are leading, last check, 14-8 over Warrensville Heights. And over in Wycliffe leading 28-0 over Smithville. That is at halftime. Already on the ball game, Chase Fortcamp, the running back for Wycliffe, with 13 carries, 100 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Wycliffe already gaining right around 200 yards on the ground, picking up where they left off, even with that bye week last week. Here, as we said, it is St. Thomas Aquinas 22, Trinity 19. Trinity gets the ball here to start this second half, as kickoff comes down to Caleb Moss, and he will collect that at his 10-yard line, trying to make a few men miss, getting it across the 15, going, doing a lot of work going east and west, running about 25 yards to get only 5. That ball came out at the end, but Trinity able to recover, and they will have some tough field position to open this second half, sitting at their own 18-yard line.
Yeah, now you are backed up. I mean, once again, tried to make something out of nothing. Unfortunate for him. They had a great kickoff return defense there for the Knights. Can't wait to see what the Trojans try and pull out of this one.
So Anderson will bring Trinity back out, and he was trying to fake a handoff. Running back going the wrong side there. Looked like miscommunication, and that'll go down as another sack. 4th sack on the ball game for this Knights defense. Looked like getting in there for the Knights. Of course, it was Trent Herman who has a couple big plays on this evening already, and also Trayton Mackey also getting in on that play.
Trent Herman's looking like a beast out there tonight. I mean, he is playing fantastic on that defensive line.
Anderson looking to throw, trying to go up over the top, almost a fade route, trying to get 1 foot in bounds, not able to do so, just leading him slightly too far out of bounds. You only got to get that 1 foot in. That ball was kept trailing and trailing over that sideline. Anderson was going for Maloney here on the near sideline. A great concentration, just not really toe tap inbounds.
Maloney almost had that. I mean, it was trailing out of bounds, and he almost had that, but unfortunately his, I believe it was his right foot touched out of bounds before his left foot could come back in with it.
So flag comes in here, false start on Trinity. So they were trying to build on that big play they had to end the first half. But this drive going nowhere. It was, the ball will be placed at their own 12-yard line. They'll bring up a 3rd and 16. 11 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Anderson looking to pass up over the top, looking for Owens, just out of the reach of Zion Owens. Owens was kind of looking towards the sideline. That one just leading him up the field. So a slight miscommunication on all 3 plays there from Trinity. And it'll be a quick 3 and out, less than a minute into this third quarter, and they'll be forced to punt.
Yeah, that was a really bad offensive set for the Trojans. It was just an unfortunate series of events there for them. Now they have to make sure that they do not get blocked and have another punt returned for a touchdown blocked into the end zone. It's happened already tonight. Look for the Knights to come back out there and try and get another block.
So Anderson on punting duties for Trinity as well, just getting that one away before getting that one blocked. And it'll take a Trinity roll across midfield, be downed at the 38-yard line of the Knights. That's where their first possession in the second half will take over. Great job there by the special teams unit, and Anderson, a heck of a punt, using this turf to his advantage, and Naval Jackson getting down there on coverage to down that one and waiting for it to just kind of check out there. It started to turn towards the Knights' direction, so Naval Jackson decided, you know what, we're going to stop them right here, and this is where we're going to force them to start their possession in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And for the Knights, they are going to be coming out. You need to get about 60-ish yards to try and make it, back down to the end zone to extend your lead of the game. And they got the playmakers to do it for sure.
And they do get in one of their playmakers' hands right away, right on the snap. And that goes into the hands of Asian Burt, who gets around left side over the 40-yard line. able to drag a couple defenders for a couple extra yards out to the 44-yard line. Gain of 6, so 2nd down and 4. A unique formation there. They had Burt in the backfield taking that snap. He had Kharif Color, the running back, flanking him, as well as Trayton Mackey. So kind of a, instead of an I formation, it was a sideways I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it was a different formation there for them, but it's their triple threats out there. They have a really solid backfield, and they're just going to try and run this ball right through.
And Burt will take the snap again and hand this one off to his right. And that'll be a gain of 5 on the 6 on the play, right out to midfield. Looks like Color on the carry. They needed 4, they get 6, and quickly move the chains here with 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, right now it looks like they're sort of doing a wildcat sort of formation. They're just trying to get a lot of their rushing attempts out of this formation here for us. I mean, it looks like Burt is going to be continuing to take these snaps and have them in what seems to be sort of like a pistol sort of formation.
Color will get this carry again. Gets inside Trinity territory. Gain of 3, short gain there, down to the 47-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up for this Knights offense. And as we look at their sideline right in front of us, both the quarterbacks that took snaps in that first half, you have Davion Cruz and Trey Birch here on the sideline. They're not even anywhere close to getting in this game. They're going with this wildcat formation. They're letting Burt, their Mr. Do-It-All for him here on offense.
And I love this because it's something completely different than what we saw in the first half. So, I mean, the Trojans have no idea what to expect.
And great job setting the edge by that offensive line and these wide receivers blocking for their fellow wide receiver in Burt. And he gets down to the inside the 40-yard line to the 39. Pickup of 8, and that'll move the chains again. So it's nothing too fancy. Kind of almost those little body shots now. You saw the big haymakers in the first half.
Absolutely.
Now they're just trying to hit those little body shots to really take control of this game and control clock, control pace, and control everything out there on the field.
When you got the lead, you can do basically whatever you want with it.
High snap, but able to corral it, and there he goes, Kharif Color to the end zone from 39 yards out, just straight up the middle. Body shot to haymaker by the Knights, and they go up 28-19. Color coming over, doing the little Baker Mayfield swinging the arm move to celebrate with his teammates on the sideline, and with 8:26 to go.
Beautiful play call by Mike Cook. I mean, just the offensive output that they've done on that drive was fantastic. If they continue to do this, the rest of the half, they're going to go up big time.
Now Trinity gets their 2nd extra point block of the game, so that's the 2nd extra point that has gone awry for the Knights. 2 of those went awry for Trinity in the first half as they went for 2. So score remains 28-19. Knights up by 9 here with 8:26 to go. And looks like that game plan there early for the Knights offense is going to be, instead of try to hit them right away with that haymaker, lull them to sleep and just hit Color or Burt right up the middle.
No, absolutely. Now, I did want to talk about that extra point. I don't want to rain on the parade of the Knights, but that is all, getting blocked by the outside man, that's all about heart and determination. And that's the Trojans giving it their all and the Knights not doing the same on that extra point. This game's going to come down to a couple of points, and you definitely don't want that to be the outcome of a couple of extra points getting blocked. You don't want it to come down to that. However, the Knights, fantastic drive all the way through. Let's see what the Trojans do on this coming drive.
So Brown has it teed up at the 40-yard line, back deep. Caleb Moss and Jack Maloney for Trinity, and this will go back in the hands of Caleb Moss at his 15. Trying to make a cut up the middle, and good return there for Trinity as he gets across the 35-yard line out to the 37-yard line. So a little bit more breathing room on this 2nd possession of the 3rd quarter for Trinity. beyond that first one where they were hemmed in deep on their first possession of this half.
Yeah, and Caleb Moss was one, shoestring tackle away from taking that one to the house. I mean, it's all about capitalizing on those moments there for him. He almost broke it. That was a great kickoff return, though.
More decisive on that kickoff return than the first one as well.
Absolutely. He felt way more confident.
So Anderson this time will hand off to Cale Brown over left guard and gets across the 40-yard line out to the 42. So
yeah, and this game is not out of reach there for the Trojans. Well, it looks like a flag is on the field.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. Not what Coach McSweeney is going to want to see from his team, already trailing in this game, wanting to keep level heads, as there was only one Knight defender kind of walking away from the play, and someone may have said something or pushed someone there. Don't need that after the play. You got a good gain of 5 yards there, so the down's going to count, and it's going to be a loss of 15 on the play. Referees are kind of coming together here, getting that ball set. That'll be placed at the, looks like the 27-yard line of Trinity.
Completely unacceptable. You cannot be doing that. Shooting yourself in the foot like that is going to lose you this game if you continue to do stupid stuff like that.
So from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 20, and Anderson's going to go down. And there's that man again, Trent Herman, who you said was having himself a ball game. Trent Herman coming from the backside of Anderson, able to bring him down, and it looks like another loss of 3.
Nobody can stop Trent Herman right now. That offensive line is scared out of their minds trying to block number 61. He is doing a fantastic job tonight.
This Trinity offense has just been going backwards and backwards this whole half. This time Anderson going deep. Owens able to make the grab, spin away, trying to get away from one last defender, and not able to do so, but a heck of a grab. Anderson to Owens has been the saving grace for Trinity on the night, and he gets down across midfield inside the 35-yard line at the Knight 32-yard line. That connection has been doing wonders for Trinity all night long.
We've seen some great passers so far this year. Ian Anderson, you give him time, he is fantastic.
And there goes on the right sideline there, Cale Brown. Another first down for Trinity and more inside the 10-yard line. Gain of 23 on the play, down to the 9-yard line. Looks like they will mark him out right at the 10, so a gain of 22 on first down. They'll be first and goal just like that. So a team that was going backwards, 2 quick haymaking type plays of their own to get themselves in striking distance.
This is a quick strike offense, and whenever Ian Anderson is on, you got the play action rolling for you, as well as that great running game from Cale Brown.
Anderson will roll out to his right, just kind of toss it out there to his running back. Looks like coming out of the backfield, just getting pushed out of bounds before crossing the end zone. So it'll be a 2nd and goal from the half-yard line. Good grab there by LeJean Woods, and it wasn't really it was like kind of a push throw from
really
Anderson. We've seen the sidearm, the deep throws, and now the push throw from Anderson all night long.
Yeah, and right now you're just going to give it to Cale Brown, or you're going to do a QB sneak.
So Anderson will go under center for the first time tonight. Taking a long time to get this snap. He will just turn around, hand it off, trying to get it on second effort. A good stand by the Knights front. Cale Brown was trying to get that second effort push, kind of bottled up there, not able to reach that football across.
I thought he got in personally, but I mean, if the refs, they got the better look down there. I mean, it is a hard running on this Knights defense. I mean, super tough both ways.
So 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They'll try it again as they'll move a man in motion across the formation. Anderson will just do it himself. Dives behind his left tackle, gets across the end zone, gets a little push celebration there in the end zone. And Anderson with 3 touchdown passes and now his own rushing touchdown. He is the catalyst for this Trinity offense, and they now trail 28-25 with 6:15 left in the 3rd quarter.
Once again, haymakers, left and right. I mean, both these teams can score at any point in time in the game. The Knights look to be a little bit more deliberate on the offensive side. Pound the rock. I mean, this Trojans team with Anderson playing out of his mind right now is doing great.
So it looks like that extra point got tipped to the line, but Trent with enough on it to get it over the crossbar, and it is a 2-point ball game. Knights on top of the Trojans, 28-26. We still have a quarter and a half of football left. Buckle, we said it in the first half, buckle your seatbelts if you got them at home. If not, just hold yourself in on that warm couch, because we are definitely cold here tonight. But the temperature of this game is heating things up.
It's hot
here at Cuyahoga Heights.
It absolutely is. I mean, this game is unbelievable right now. I mean, you can't ask for anything better than high school football, where both teams are playing, out of their mind excellent tonight. Once again, coming into this game, the Knights were averaging 19 points a game on offense and only giving up 12 on defense. Right now, they've given up 26, but they've scored 28. I mean, it's things like that that just make you smile, because anything can happen in high school playoff football.
And you look at all these missed extra point opportunities in the ball game. Really, the only difference now is that safety by the Knights defense early in that first half. So so Trinity has this one teed up, and looks like different kickoff man there for looks like Sean Arth kicked that one away, and this one will go in the hands of DeAndre Black. Bring it out from his own end zone area down there, out across the 25, out to the 30-yard line is where he will go down, and the Knights will take over. Now, we want to thank our presenting sponsors of CVC TV here tonight while we do have a brief moment. The Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery with their doctors Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, CVC Commissioner, Jill Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. They specialize in dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, as well as trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's ohsurgery.com. Thank you for all your support of Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. So the Knights stick with this Wildcat formation of sorts, with Burt taking the snaps, and he gets around left edge across the 30 out to the 35. So a quick gain of 5 on first down and 10. And it'll be second down and 5. Second down and 4, actually. They moved that a yard more out. Second and 4 with 5:30 left here in the second quarter. Or third quarter, excuse me.
I'm really surprised that we didn't see this sort of offense set up going into that first half. Coming out in the second half, I mean, it has been nothing but the running attack through this Wildcat formation.
And Burt again trying to bounce it outside, and he gets a first down across the 40 out to the 45, and a late flag again.
Away from the play, it was nowhere near the play. Unacceptable by whoever it was on.
Neither coach can be happy about these flags coming out. Once a player is already down and out of bounds, there were no flags for during the actual run of play. And personal foul on the Knights. So the Trinity, with some of their defensive linemen, they are hopping up and down and pointing backwards, but neither coach can be happy about these lapse of mental focus, mental attention to detail in this second half.
Yeah, as of right now, I mean, the momentum's swinging both ways right now. Emotion is high. Everyone's, on the edge of their seats right now. It's a 28-26 game with still a quarter and a half left to play. Both these teams are playing out of their mind right now. And, I mean, once again, emotions are running high. It's unacceptable no matter what time it is. But it's once again, emotions. Emotions are crazy right now.
So the referees are going to come together here for discussion. That ball right now sits at the, looks like the 29-yard line of the Knights. And they went from getting a first down there, showing second down and 10. But they are coming together here to talk about that. And as they come across, they do motion for second down. So basically right back to the original line of scrimmage there after 2 good plays on offense. And again, it's the discipline that both of these coaches are probably going to be preaching as their players come to the sideline each and every single time here the rest of this half.
And I know this isn't going to show on the tape, but good sportsmanship between number 44 for the Trojans. That is Ryan Trent, who's apparently playing the kicker position as well as defensive line. And I can't see who that is on the Knights team, but I think it was, the unsportsmanlike conduct between the both of them, and they're just, they're hashing it out like men out there, and congrats to both of them. Good play for them both.
And I know Coach McSweeney over there on the Trinity sideline wants to get the answers, wants to make sure things are set correctly. Looks like that down marker is down to first down, so they give him the first down and then back him up. But you see some of the interior linemen for both teams kind of getting their running going a little bit. They're kind of doing the typical football thing where a lot of them don't have the long sleeves on. We already know that my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus over here,
made the mistake of that tonight.
And made the mistake of wearing shorts, but we're not out there playing football. So it's these long lapses as the referees and the coaches come together. Now, almost kind of hurting the student athletes because they're warm, they're ready to go, they're in the play. Now it's really about mental toughness and mental focus right now in these kind of moments.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, now the emotion's died. The emotion is officially done for right now. The momentum's gone as well. I mean, you were hoping to get something big, out of those Knights plays, and now, I mean, it's been 3-5 minutes since the last time that the Knights did a play.
The only goosebumps I have are from the chill in the air, not from the play on the field right now.
Yep.
Burt will get this handoff, trying to get around the right side this time, and flag comes out late here at the back end of the play. But Burt was able to get across the 40 and out of bounds at the 43-yard line, but we'll check the flag as they had moved it to a first down, and it is going to be against the Knights. Looks like a hold against the Knights.
And Karif Caller just had the block of the night. I mean, decleated the opponent there for him. I'm not exactly sure who it is. He's still on the ground, unfortunately.
Looks like Jack Maloney, if I can see correctly. Looks like 26, but we'll check the number on that when they
and that's a huge loss, having one of your captains getting decleated like that. You absolutely don't want to see that happen, but I'm telling you, it was a legal hit, and it was a great hit.
And actually looks like it's 25, LaJawn Woods, the sophomore for Trinity. They're one of their defensive backs, 5'8", 150 pounds, who's being attended to by the Trinity medical staff. And we've kind of said this throughout the season. The medical staffs, the medical personnel, not just keeping the kids, coaches, parents, all the fans attending, cheerleaders, band members, safe due to COVID-19, but also when an injury happens, you see quick reaction.
Yeah.
And fortunate this season, we've seen a lot of these players get up under their own power and walk over to the sideline just under the discretion and advisement of the athletic training staff.
Absolutely, yeah, and thankful that, we have yet to see, a major blow to any of these players or anything like that. Everyone is getting up, and, number 25, LaJawn Woods is, he's okay. He walked out, by himself. He's, just taking a seat on the sidelines right now. Probably going to get a, real quick shot of water, and hopefully he'll be back in the game shortly after that.
In this moment, while both teams work to get their way back on the field, we want to thank one of our other sponsors here on CVC TV, Vape Educate. They are an online course designed to be completed by middle and high school students. However, most certainly can be beneficial to anyone interested in learning more about e-cigarettes, vaping, and juuling. The schools in this area are using Vape Educate as an educational program for teachers, parents, and other community members. If you want to learn more about their programs and all the information they provide, visit their website at vapeeducate.com. That's vapeeducate.com. Thank you so much to them for being one of our other sponsors here for CVC TV and promoting all of these student athletes and the efforts they're putting out on the playing surfaces. So from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, Burt hands it off to Color, who gets up the middle, gets most of that penalty yardage back out across the 25-yard line to the 26. Gain of 8, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 12. 4:35 left in the third quarter. Knights leading 28-26 over Trinity.
And that was a fantastic run just right off to the right side of the offensive line. We're getting some really good blocking so far this half from the Knights offensive line. Once again, this Wildcat formation's been perfect for him so far.
And those high snaps are giving some trouble to Burke, but not for very long as he breaks through over midfield across the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Knights! Asian Burke goes the distance, 74 yards to the house, and a high snap off to his left and over his left shoulder pad, able to corral it, grab it in, goes left to right, makes a couple guys miss, and off to the races he went. And this Wildcat offense for the Knights, Wild Knight offense basically here in the second half, has been doing wonders. It is just body blow to haymaker very, very quickly.
That was fantastic. Just that Wildcat formation that they've been doing all half. You know, I mean, just you can't. They are unable to stop this. The Trojans are unable to stop that. And Asian Bird is once again Mr. Everything. He is without a doubt playing unbelievable.
And this time the extra point goes through the upright, so the Knights regain their 9-point two-possession advantage, 35-26, with 4:02 left here in the third quarter. This game back and forth, the Knights trying to hold on to having that edge. We've seen it kind of the score change back and forth. We saw some lead changes in that first half. Right now, the Knights are clinging and relying on that Wild Knight offense in this second half to really try to keep control and not allow Trinity to take control of that scoreboard on the opposite end of the field.
Yeah, and right now the Knights are playing unbelievable offensively, and their defense has been stepping up as well. You love to see it, and you love to see Mr. Everything, Asian Burt, playing unbelievable tonight. You know, already with a couple of touchdowns, and what just a fantastic run. Backed up, you know, I mean, you had a couple of penalties against your team, and you bailed them out. That was a fantastic run for them.
So his teammates come over to congratulate Burt here on the sideline. Meanwhile, his team, his special teams unit, has the ball teed up to get this one kicked off as the side judge comes over to make sure that the Knights are properly distanced and behind the white sideline there. And that ball was kicked short, trying to catch Trinity off guard, but a good job of paying attention, being on his toes there. Merrill Sheehan, one of the up men for Trinity, and the 5'11", 230-pound senior guard and defensive tackle for them getting some sure hands there.
He definitely had some hands right there. That ball was coming in hot, and he got that one right off there. Great job by the right tackle.
So Anderson comes back out looking to have an answer here with Trinity. He will hand off here to Cale Brown, and had some room, kind of stumbled, almost fumbled that ball in his hands, gets out to the 40-yard line, only able to gain 2 yards. They'll give him an extra yard out to the 41, so bring up a 2nd and 7 for this Trojan offense.
Yeah, and for the Trojans right now, I mean, you are down 9 points right now. It's still 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Plenty of time to keep running your offense. Don't got to get too crazy with it. Just look for Ian Anderson to make some big plays.
Anderson will get this one in the hands of Jack Maloney, and he's got some space to move up the left sideline inside Knight territory across the 35-yard line, pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line at the 29. So after a quick, short run, they're able to get that little crossing pattern, and it's nothing too extreme. Anderson just knows where his playmakers are, and he gets it into their hands.
He trusts his playmakers, and that was a great slant route produced by them. Open field, great job.
And Brown on the carry there will gain about 1. So they're not able to get that push up front right now, but they're trying to keep this Knights defense honest by mixing in a little bit of run with the pass here this evening.
Yeah, and right now you definitely want to see Ian Anderson capitalize big time right here.
And they have this throw out here, and a great grab by his fingertips just before he goes out of bounds. Maloney, it's been Anderson to Owens before, but on this drive, it has been Anderson to Maloney, and does look like we have a flag on the play. Looking for the call.
I believe it's going to be holding against them, against the Trojans, and that is a heartbreaker right there. That was a fantastic catch by Maloney. It looks like it's going to be taken back.
And looks like they're the center for Trinity, Dominic Pagano, went over to the sideline in frustration. The referees kind of coming together. There's been a lot of confusion here in this second half. Referees trying to make sure they get these calls right. We sit right now 2:45 left in the third quarter. St. Thomas Aquinas on top of Trinity 35-26. And they're trying to spot this football. They're trying to figure out if it was from the spot, if it was further up the field, or where they need to spot this football, what kind of second down play this is going to be for Trinity.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at, it was first down and 10 to go, 10 for the goal line with that catch, and now it looks like it's going to be coming back there for him, and you're looking at probably a second and long there for them.
And they're having long conversations about this as errant football just gets thrown over here to the Knight sideline, and kind of awaiting what is going to happen here. And again, we got these long conversations. You'd like to see the referees get things right, but you want to see 100%. Them get it right in a timely manner.
Of course, but getting the play call right is the most important thing. I mean, if it takes you an extra 30 to 40 seconds, so be it. You just want to make sure that everyone's playing, on the same playing field.
What's unique about and different about these kind of conversations, though, and the reason why I'm saying you want to see them get it right in a more timely manner, when the referees are coming together, you got two of them coming together, one of them going to talk to one coach, one of them going to talk to the other coach, a couple of them talking to the players. None of them all come together and make one distinct decision. They are in charge of that, not making one distinct decision. So outcomes Trinity from their huddle. This ball is spotted inside the 30-yard line. Knights still want the Trojans to be moved back further, and they will back them up finally. Too much confusion here on this play. Need to get this right and get it set. They should have been backed up from the beginning, and took too long to get to this point of where we should have been at. And rightfully so. Both coaches are going to come out and fight for their guys.
100%. And as they should, because this, once again, it's the right call. I think they were trying to figure out which hash mark, they wanted to go at, whether it was the strong side of the field or the left.
So Anderson looking to pass coming out here. Good sidearm throw and a good grab, falling out of bounds. Zion Owens getting some of that penalty yardage back. Gets kind of falls out of bounds there inside the 35 down to the 32-yard line. So it'd be a third and long still, but get about half of that yardage back, a gain of 11, and they'll be set up with a 3rd and 12 here as the clock continues to tick here in the third quarter. Anderson looking left, now coming to the right, trying to get out of the pocket, and he will be dropped for another sack. There's been times that Anderson has been indecisive on where he wanted to go. There's been great coverage on the back end from that Knight defense, and dropping him for a loss is number 8, Robbie Mitchell, one of their captains for the Knights, and that ball is spotted back all the way at the 40-yard line, a loss of 8 on that set.
Fantastic blitz by Robbie Mitchell, coming right off the left side of his defensive lineman. I mean, he was untouched, getting straight through there. Great sack. Backs him up to 4th and 21. So obviously they're going to need to punt the ball, and
Anderson will try to hem them in deep. Fair catch called for inside the 10-yard line. So the Knights offense has been humming here in this second half. This is the most important possession we've probably seen up to this point of this game, especially for the Trinity defense.
Yeah, without a doubt, the Trinity Trojans are looking to try and get this defensive stop here for them. They absolutely need to have it. This game could get really out of hand really quick if the Knights go back and score super quick.
And we know what we can expect from this Knights offense now. It's going to be Burt back there taking the snaps. He's going to have Mackey and Color around him, so they have that kind of that triple option running attack right now. Haven't seen him attempt a pass, but they have some speeders on the outside as well, and they may bring these wide receivers in for jet sweeps. Going to be up to this Trinity defense to really pin back their ears and keep them here. And quick carry there across the 10 to give them a little bit more breathing room. Out to the, looks like out to the 13-yard line. So looked like wasn't much, but a quick gain of 5. And again, it's just those subtle little body shots on that first play each time when they have a first down play.
Right, and we've been saying, haymakers all night. These are more jab motions right now. They just want to try and kill as much clock as possible. You got the nine-point advantage. You just want to try and end this game as quickly as possible, and they are doing a great job of rushing this ball.
So Burt will fake the handoff, and he's just going to go around and try to get over the 15-yard line that time. And short gain there. It will bring up a 3rd and 1, gain of 4 on that play. So just little chunks of yardage, taking all 3 downs to try to get the first down there. We tick under 40 seconds left here, and they are in no hurry anymore. They really do want to chew up this clock here and keep this 35-26 lead that they already have and try to build on it as well.
Yeah, once again, Coach Mike Cook is doing the right calls. I mean, they're just running the clock, and they're just trying to get as much yardage as possible, and great runs all the way through.
And Trinity trying to strip at that football, but it'll be a first down out across the 20 at the 21, a gain of 4. Clock will stop briefly. We sit at 12 seconds left here in the third quarter, but it'll start to wind, and that most likely will be our last play of this third quarter. And the Knights will just stay in their huddle. Everyone on the sideline holding up 4s, indicating the fourth quarter, indicating to their fans and to each other that it is fourth quarter time. It is winning time for the Knights. Trinity walks over to their sideline. Their coach and their teammates picking each other up as well, because they know with their quick strike offense and some of the big plays they've made on defense as well, they can easily get back into this football game and get back into it in a hurry. We will switch ends of the field. St. Thomas Aquinas leading in this Division VI Region 21 playoff matchup 35-26. And this CVC TV production is brought to you by our presenting sponsor of the season, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Their practice will diagnose and treat your facial pain and injuries, as well as offer a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all your oral, facial, and implant surgery needs, as well as some of your cosmetic surgery needs as well. Visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That is www.ohsurgery.com. We thank them for their support of the Chagrin Valley Conference, all of these student athletes, CVC TV, and bringing all of these live streams to you throughout the season, especially in such uncertain times as we still live in here. If you are interested in sponsoring CVC TV and getting a part of supporting these student athletes, reach out to the Chagrin Valley Conference, Steve Hare, the information director for the Chagrin Valley Conference, or anyone else over there at their website, chagrinvalleyconference.com. So as we start the third quarter, Burt will hand off this time. Looks like Vinny Zarin getting his first carry. He breaks out of a tackle, getting across midfield. He was bottled up after a short gain, and all of a sudden, again, more and more speed continues to show for that Knights offense, and Zarin able to break out, get across midfield for a big, big gain down to the Trinity 42-yard line.
Yeah, and Zarin just, getting every opportunity that he gets. He's going to run. He's going to run as quickly as possible. Great overall run, just bouncing it out to the left side, and finding some free space and getting a huge chunk of yards.
So now the Knights will slow things down again after this chunk play, and they'll get it in the hands of Mackey, Trayton Mackey, the sophomore, 220-pound running back there, getting his first carry of the ball game, making some plays on defense for him. But again, it looks like such a short gain out there, Paulus, but they're gaining 5-6 yards of play, even if they're not breaking off the big runs.
These are the ones that kill your morale. If you are the Knights, you are trying to deplete the Trojans' confidence, their emotions. Everything out there. The Knights are doing that just by gaining, simple 4 or 5 yards and breaks one like that.
And Color just pushing the pile across the 30-yard line, just shy of the 25 of the 26, a gain of 12, and the chains move again. And the referee there quickly giving the signal to run that clock before the chains even get set on the other side. And we sit at 10:35 to go left in this ball game. Knights really trying to put the clamps on this one. And better job there by the defensive front by Trinity getting in on that tackle. Looks like Sean Arth amongst a few other tacklers there. Someone we haven't mentioned here tonight, one of their other main tacklers, but getting in on that tackle was Michael Miles, who came in with 48 tackles of his own. They had three pretty close to that 50 tackle mark this season as well. But this Knights offense is just making life difficult for that defensive front.
Yeah, as of right now, the Knights offensive line is just manhandling the defensive line for them. Just great overall pushes.
And Burt making a jump cut, getting across the right side, and the Trinity defender goes flying, and that ball came out. Trinity recovers. Signal is Trinity football. Difficult to see from our vantage point as we have the whole Knight sideline in front of them as Coach Cook goes over to try to argue the point. Side judge not giving him any attention at all, and this Trinity offense comes back out, fortunate to still only be down 9:43 left. Plenty of time to now make a play and get back in this football game.
And I think Coach Cook has a definite beef right there, because I truly believe Burt was down or out of bounds as that play happened. Terrible, for the Knights, but you still have the 9-point lead. Let's see what the Trojans can do with this offensive possession.
So Anderson back to pass again, going deep up over top and right through the hands of a Knight defender. Should have been picked off. Chris Autry in great coverage. They have seen that one-on-one matchup, even the double coverage on Zion Owens still result in a catch, and they are filtering more guys to that area. That was triple or quadruple team over there on that right sideline, and you're wondering why Anderson would take that shot with so many defenders.
Super confident in his arm, and that was a hell of a throw there for him, by the junior. Get him in the weight room a little bit more. He's going to be able to put on another 10 yards on that ball next year.
Anderson back to pass again, getting flushed out of the pocket, has some room in front of him, trying to make a play with one of his receivers, and Maloney had the ability to make that grab, just getting away from a defender. And they may call Anderson for being over the line of scrimmage. Your whole body must be over the line of scrimmage until once you do, then it becomes an illegal forward pass. He did have some green grass in front of him to run And the sticks are right there to his right side. We'll wait on the call, but that looks to be possibly the case. 3 referees will come together and discuss this. But you wonder if that'll be, illegal forward pass and loss of down as well.
That has to be exactly what happened with that. I mean, I know he was close to the line. From our vantage point, it's a little tough to, see if his body was completely over the line of scrimmage whenever that happened. However, that is I mean, that's a killer there for you, because now you lose the down, and now it is 3rd and 10, and I mean, you're swimming you're swimming against the current right now.
So again, some more confusion on these calls, trying to get it right.
That should be a loss of down. Yep, there we go. Yeah.
They're actually picking up the flag, so it just goes as an incomplete pass. So 3rd and 10 for Trinity from their own 19-yard line, and they're trying to use that passing offense to gain yards quickly. And Anderson back to pass again and zips that one too hard through the hands of, looks like that was in the hands of Woods. Good to see him back in the ballgame, as he did go down injured a little bit ago.
And Davion Cruz almost had that interception. He was just playing a soft zone in the middle of the field, exactly where Ian Anderson's been picking them apart all game. Once again, Mike Cook calling a great game plan out there, and having his former quarterback out there, Davion Cruz, just playing the middle zone of the field.
So Trinity's gonna look to punt this football away. Burt back standing at his own 44-yard line and waiting this punt. So that fumble does no damage to the Knights, and this spiral punt will take a Trinity bounce and just stop dead at the 45-yard line of St. Thomas Aquinas, still leading 35-26 over Trinity. 9:12 left in this 4th quarter. Fortunate there for the Knights not to give up any points, but with still 3 timeouts, Coach McSweeney putting it in the hands of his defense to try to come up and make another play and get the ball back to his offense in a hurry.
Great defensive stand by the Knights. Had a couple of not drops, but little overthrows by Ian Anderson, but then the big 3rd down turn of events there for him was great for the Knights.
So Zarin will get this handoff, gets across midfield, down inside Trinity territory to the 48, a gain of 7 on the play, and they are just chewing up the yards right now. It'll bring up a 2nd and 3, and we are under the 9-minute to go mark. Checking around the area, some quick scores for you for a couple of the other CVC teams we've been keeping you updated on throughout the night in Division 5. The Beechwood Bison still lead Warrensville Heights 14-8. That one heading to the 4th quarter, and it is final in Wycliffe. Wycliffe moves on to the 3rd round of the playoffs, 41-0 over Smithville. Here, the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas leading 35-26 and looking for more, as Trayton Mackey takes that handoff and gets inside the 30 at the 28-yard line of Trinity. And that is a 1st down, and the sign that Coach Cook, wants to see from the referee is when he gives that signal to run the clock.
Unbelievable. How many running backs does Coach Cook have? Whoever you put back there, that offensive line is churning it out, and these running backs, fumble.
Ball on the ground, and good pursuit to the football there by Trinity, getting in on that play. Looks like first to the football was Michael Miles, as that ball was on the turf. A miscommunication between Burt and Culler on that handoff. Luckily, it bounced right up into Culler's hands, but that'll be a loss back to the 36-yard line, and a loss of 8 on that play. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 18 now. And now that you have them hemmed back, Trinity is getting instructions to really pin back those ears, aren't they?
Yeah, and it's on cue. As soon as I start praising somebody or some group, of course, they fumble the ball. So, but I mean, they've done a great job all night running the rock.
And ball back on the ground, and looks like the Knights fortunate again. That ball kind of skirting forward there, so able to pick up a couple more yards. The Knights getting a little lackadaisical with the football in their hands right now. And Paulus, you said, you know, when you kind of praise somebody, let's just make sure let's not say anything about the Cleveland Browns then on this, on this broadcast.
Absolutely. I'm keeping my mouth shut on that one. However, these running backs are, I mean, they've done great all night. It is getting a little lackadaisical with the carries, and you definitely don't want to see that. That's why I think it's a great timeout by Coach Cook to reinforce the mindset of keeping the ball up and tight. Make sure you do not try and have it out like a loaf of bread.
Actually looks like injury on the field there. Don't want to speculate.
Oh, okay.
You know, you see that kind of stretching going on from the athletic trainer. Could be a cramp, but you never want to speculate on what's going on. Kayvon Robinson-Carter, who has been having himself a ball game. We've been saying, praising the efforts of Trent Herman on the Knights sideline for their defense, but Kayvon Robinson-Carter, Trinity has him to thank for the reason why they're still within striking distance of the Knights right now in this ball game as the training staff comes out. And again, we are so fortunate here in Northeast Ohio with all of the medical staffs that we have, the different hospital organizations here in Northeast Ohio that do supply the athletic trainers, whether it be the Cleveland Clinic, University Hospitals, Lake Health, and all the other hospital systems, medical staff systems that do supply the athletic training staffs. They are all well equipped, and we hear it all the time, professional athletes that get sent to Cleveland for procedures because of the extensive research and efforts done in the medical field here in our own area.
Yeah, whether, you know, university hospitals, Cleveland Clinic, it doesn't matter. Best in the world, without a doubt. We're just thankful to be happy and loving life, living here in Northeast Ohio, having these great medical professionals always being around us.
And as Robinson-Carter gets back up, being helped to the sideline. Great sign of sportsmanship by both teams and the fans here in the stands. Quick update from Beechwood. Jalen Minter, their Mr. Do-It-All.
Mr. Everything.
Mr. Everything, who would get that award here on CVC TV if we had such an award. He throws a touchdown pass to Kyler Wiggins, and they now lead 21-8 as the clock continues to tick in the fourth quarter there.
Jalen Minter and Kyler Wiggins, I mean, unbelievable. They have, I mean, we've seen them a couple of times so far on CVC TV, and they've just been fantastic all year long.
So this 3rd and 7 snap comes, and the handoff will go to Mackey. And again, kind of the attention to detail is picked up here as we approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter for this Trinity defense. But again, gain of 4 there, or a gain of a couple there down to the 25-yard line. Looks like it's marked inside the 25 to 24. And it'll be a 4th and 5, so interesting call here coming from Coach Cook.
I would go for it personally. I mean, I think that is the absolute right call, and that is what they are doing. They're coming back out with the Wildcat formation. It's the absolute right call. You've been gaining ground all night long. Do it again.
So handoff will come here to Zarin. He gets stacked up and trying to push the pile across the first down marker, and he does have enough needed to get to the 18-yard line, gets down to the 17, inside the 17 at the 16.5-yard line. So when they needed 5, they get 6.5 yards, and those sticks will move, clock will tick. 5:45 left here in the ball game. St. Thomas Aquinas holding on to a 35-26 lead over the Trinity Trojans from the Chagrin Valley Conference here this evening in Division 6 Region 21 playoff action.
What a fantastic just little sweep, jet sweep motion there for them. I mean, legs were churning the entire time to get that extra yardage to put them over that first down marker.
So Mackey gets this carry, trying to get out of a tackle and holding on to the shoestrings there. Merrill Sheehan able to bring him down after a gain of 2 yards. Looks like down to the 16, maybe a gain of 1. 2nd and 9 they have posted on the board there.
That's a long one.
It is
that's a very long one yard carry there for him. Once again, great running performance so far from the Knights. But this Trojans defense, I mean, they are pulling out all the stops. They've already forced a couple of fumbles. They just need to capitalize, get one back, and try and turn this game around in their favor.
If you're Coach McSweeney, do you start thinking about calling timeouts? You have 3 of them here in the second half.
Not yet.
And that time, better running there by Trayton Mackey, and he will set him up. First and goal at the 2-yard line of Trinity. There was some extra blocking after the play there. Again, neither one of these coaches can be happy about the extracurriculars going on after the play or once the play is gone. But no flags on that play. 4:15 left, and the Knights are set up right at the doorstep of really putting, as we said earlier, putting the clamps on this one.
By far, they're, to me personally, the best, most efficient drive of the night for this Knights team. They have done great, just killing the clock, and they are just a couple yards out from getting that touchdown.
And trying to leap over the pile, really not going anywhere. There was Mackey that time, and a lot of traffic in there. You wonder the decision to kind of try to jump over the pile, and we do have another Knight player down on the field. Looks like Niles Cleveland, one of their offensive linemen, as their training staff will come out and attend to him, and both teams will go to their sidelines. Prayers out to and thoughts and prayers out to all of the student athletes who have been injured here tonight. As he is quickly being helped up, the training staff will kind of take a little bit of a longer look at him. So as we sit here at Ralph P. Adams Stadium in Cuyahoga Heights, Ohio, the Knights of St. Thomas Aquinas, as Cleveland does get back up on his own there, will gingerly come over to the sideline and get some more attention here on their training table. The St. Thomas Aquinas Knights, coming from Louisville, Ohio, leading in this second round playoff matchup, 35-26. It was a first half that was back and forth. Had a little bit of that here in the second half. But Paulus, it's really just been the decision by Coach Cook to put the ball in the hands of his playmaker, Burt, as the quarterback, making the decision, doing that zone read. And it has just worked all half long.
It's been a game changer ever since they went to the Wildcat formation, and I mean, they've just been running all up and down the field. We have yet to see one pass from them this half.
And Burt will call his own number this time. He's got the corner, and he waltzes in untouched. 4 yards out, and the Knights feeling good here, looking to really seal this one away with 3:19 left. They're looking for the 3-possession lead here. They go up 41-26. Wonder if they'll try to go for 2 to make it a 3-score game.
Looks like they're only going for the 1. I mean, I would have. I mean, they can't stop you. I mean, they've been doing such a great attack running the ball. You might as well go for it.
And
surprising call. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little surprised by it. You want to go up 2 scores officially for it. And, I mean, so a little surprising.
And false start on the PAT team for the Knights. So they'll back this attempt up 5 yards here. So that ball will be spotted down at the 15-yard line. Now a 25-yard attempt. But
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter as Mitchell Brown has no issues with that line drive variety, but it counts all the same. And again, 3:19 left in this playoff matchup. 42-26, St. Thomas Aquinas on top of Trinity. It is a 2-score game, though. Touchdowns and 2-point conversions for Trinity. They've been a quick strike offense, but about 3 minutes left. All 3 timeouts. this Knights defense has been getting off the ball, getting off quick, making big plays, and beyond the one touchdown they've had, that 1-yard score by Ian Anderson calling his own number there, beyond that, they have not been able to really move the football this second half.
Yeah, I mean, and they've not for lack of trying. You know, this defense of the Knights has just stepped up big time against the Trojans. And, I mean, Ian Anderson's doing everything he possibly can. He's looking for every 9 route available. I mean, he has some, burners out there like Owens, that has been doing great all night. But the middle of the field is where they've been capitalizing the most. And unfortunately for them, the Knights have been going to a middle zone defense, defensive setup for them, and that's just been killing their offensive output.
So that ball goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback and come out to the 20-yard line. Now, winner of this game here in Division 6, Region 21 will face the winner of the number 1 seed versus number 16 seed matchup here this evening. We'll try to get a score on that before we leave the broadcast here tonight. But New Middletown Springfield, the number 1 seed in Region 21, facing off against Western Reserve here this evening. Winner of this football game and that one will face off next week. I believe it'll be the regional quarterfinals next week as well. And quick pass out, quick crossing route, good connection there between Anderson and Jackson. And that one quickly out to the 31-yard line. Quickly up to the line comes Trinity.
You're going to need to push the ball down farther than that. I mean, once again, great route, but you need to be able to push this ball deep if you want any sort of chance.
And keeping a lot of guys back in coverage, only sending 3 or 4 guys when they've been getting a lot of pressure on Anderson. They're not stopping the pressure, but they are dropping more guys in coverage because they know Anderson has the arm, and they know that they can get those chunk yardage quickly in this ball game.
At this point in time, if you're Anderson, I mean, you got to start looking at Hail Mary plays. I mean, there's only 3 minutes left in this game. 2 minutes and 57 seconds left. You need to start making huge plays.
And this time, Cale Brown will come out with it out to the 40-yard line, but still in bounds. So that clock is going to continue to tick, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It makes you start to wonder why they're doing that. I mean, you need to start getting these big plays. You have 3 timeouts left, too. You're at this point in time, you're just wasting a lot of clock.
Anderson will just call his own number here. He will get the 1st down. He had the ability to go out of bounds and stop the clock, but going down inbounds, yes, the clock stops.
Yeah, but there's a hold. Hold on the play.
Looks like a hold in the backfield there. And the center, Dominic Pagano, needs to be careful, though. You'd love to see the energy, the feistiness, the attention to detail, but he's been close to really pulling that helmet off and getting more than just a holding call out there.
It's once again, it's the emotions, it's the playoffs. It's something. I mean, if I ever had the chance of making the playoffs whenever I was back in high school, I mean, my emotions would be as much as him, if not more. So I completely understand what he's talking about, what he's going through at this moment in time. You're down the 2 scores. You need two 2-point conversions. There's a lot of things that got to break your way in a short amount of time, and with a hold like that to crush it, that is going to kill your spirits. I feel where he's coming from.
So from 3rd and short to 3rd and 16, Anderson's going to need a big play here. Jack Maloney up the sideline and able to get that 1st down, avoiding a couple tacklers trying to get down the sideline, inside Knight territory, across the 40-yard line to the 39-yard line, and that's the big chunk play they needed. But going down in bounds again, the referee is going to give the signal to start this clock with 2:05 left.
And it looks like there's some confusion. Yeah, timeout. Timeout by the Trojans. That was a good call. They looked mixed up, going into that play, and you have to capitalize on every opportunity from here on out.
And so we will have the first timeout of this half by either team. Trinity taking a timeout, 2:02 left on the clock, trailing 42-26. And great time to remind you one last time of our sponsors. I was trying to look for the score of Springfield versus Western Reserve. Paulus, I'm not sure if you see a score in that ball game. If you wanted to take a look and see if we can get that score before
let me see if I can try and find that.
If we can get that before we leave here tonight. But I want to remind everyone of the title sponsor for CVC TV. That is the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. With Doctors Keith Snyder, Don Lewis, Joe Weber, and Jacqueline Tomsick. They specialize in dental surgery, implants, corrective jaw, facial surgery, as well as trauma reconstruction. For all your oral surgery needs, visit our friends at the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery at their website at www.ohsurgery.com. That's www.ohsurgery.com. Thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. So coming out of the timeout, Anderson back to pass again, looking down the field, and he goes down. Loss on the play all the way back to the 48-yard line of Trinity. A loss on the play of 9, and Anderson is slow to get up.
He took a shot by that defensive lineman. I mean, great overall hit by them. He is definitely messed up right now. That's why they're taking this timeout. It's a precious timeout too.
Yeah, so it'll be a 2nd down and 19 coming out of this timeout. Only 10 seconds going off of that clock, but 10 precious seconds that they need. And when you're up 2 scores, typically, rightfully or wrongfully so, you see a lot of teams go into that prevent defense, drop everybody back, try to prevent the ball up over the top. This nice defense is not stopping. They are bringing the pressure. They have about 6 or 7 sacks on the night, and that time, Keston Wanchik, who made 2 big plays early in this ball game, and I believe he's the one that scored on the blocked punt.
He is, yeah.
So he does have a touchdown in this game, coming through and making a big play there. So instead of, from 1st and 10 to 2nd and 19, Knights sideline and the players on the field getting the crowd into it. It's probably coming through. We've had a lot of their fans right in front of us.
It is loud right now, yeah.
It is loud in this stadium. Anderson comes back out, standing in there tough, trying to go up over the top, and great pass breakup there. Going over to let them know about it too. You got to be careful of the taunting there, especially in high school. You can't go over and taunt in their face like that, but a great pass breakup coming across. That was Chris Autry coming from his cornerback spot there.
And that was a fantastic play by him. Ian Anderson, no idea why he's still in this game. I mean, he is visibly hurt. I am a little shocked that they are forcing him to go out there and try and do something with him being so banged up.
He's rolling to his right, looking to make a play, looking for the diving grab, toe drag swag type grab there, but not able to do so. And Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. Everything for the Knights coming through there, undercutting that route. Anderson just not able to get enough on these throws right now. That was Burt coming across to make that play. So it'll bring up a 4th and 19, and you have to go for this. Only 1 timeout and 1:36 left. This is 4th in the ball game.
This is the ball game right here. And if you are Anderson, you are telling you're telling all of your players out there, please just get open. I'm going to throw it up, and hopefully something happens.
So only rushing 3, bringing 1 rusher late. They'll have a screen pass here, trying to get some blockers set up out in front. And not enough on that play, getting close to a 1st down. Needed the 29, only able to gain to the 30, so needing 19, only getting 18. Knights take over on downs, 1:28 left, and Trinity only able to stop this clock 1 last time.
I do not like that play call by Coach Jeff McSweeney. That just doesn't make any sort of sense there for them. It is 4th and 19. It's 4th and a mile. And I understand that they got close, but, I mean, you got to expect – I mean, you've seen Anderson. If you're going to leave him in the ball game whenever he's banged up, you might as well just tell him to throw it as far as he possibly can and hope, someone like Owens or Cale Brown comes up with a catch. I just don't like that. You're wasting way too much precious time. And now, pretty much the game's officially over because it looks like the Knights are in victory formation for them.
Yes, the best formation that you can be in football is victory formation, where you'll take the loss of yardage on the play, and Cruz comes in to take these snaps. They've had some issues fumbling the football, so they're not taking any chances. They're bringing in one of their main quarterbacks in Cruz to take these snaps. Trinity not stopping the clock. Going back to that play call, though, I actually understand the play call, but you would have liked to have seen that on third down, because they started to put the guys back, only rushing 3. That's when they dropped off and there was room in front.
And
you would
that's
have
my
loved to have
point.
seen it on third down instead of fourth, and hoping to get it all on one play.
And that's my point. I mean, you know, just doing it. Yeah, just doing that for right now, it just doesn't make any sense.
So leading 42-26, and their crowd letting us know, to let all of you guys know, that St. Thomas Aquinas, all gas, no brakes is their theme here this season and in the playoffs. And they have been foot on the gas pedal all second half long, ticking under 20 seconds. Only have to take one more snap, and that will seal this ball game away. 15 seconds and ticking, and there it is. The Knights congratulate each other. Some handshakes out there. You can't do too much with that these days in COVID-19. But as they said, all gas, no brakes, and you see Karif Color and some of the assistant coaches with the all gas, no brakes signal right there, foot on the gas pedal, and they are off to the third round of the Ohio High School Athletic Association playoffs here. And what a ball game it was. They win over Trinity 42-26 here. And we're going to keep it right here for a couple more moments to finish this one off. Paulus, this was a game of haymakers in the first half, and in the second half it was just those little body blows by the Knights, and they finally were able to take control, and they win this one going away with that Wildcat offense here in the second half.
This Knights performance was unbelievable. The offensive performance in that second half alone was unbelievable. I mean, they didn't go too crazy scoring the points, but killing that clock. I mean, you couldn't have asked for better offensive performance there for them. I mean, and if you are the Knights, you are loving every bit of this. You're moving on to the next round, and if you are the Trojans, it is a heartbreaking loss. You gave your best shot out there tonight. It was not enough, but I mean, once again, you have every opportunity to end your season in a better way if they are going to be allowed to continue to play, a couple more games throughout the year.
And you look on the other sideline as St. Thomas Aquinas, quick little post-game talk there, and they are kind of coming across the field. Looks like they are going to thank their fans that traveled all this way from Louisville, Ohio to enjoy this one here tonight. You look over there on the Trinity sideline, this is never easy. You wonder at Trinity, 'cause teams are, I believe they're still able to set up some more games, because
I believe so.
Only played 7 games, or 8 games actually, coming into with this one here tonight. So they will drop to 5-3. What is that message from Coach McSweeney to his team over there in that far end zone?
Right now, if you're Coach McSweeney, you are just looking at your team and saying, we got bested tonight, and that's that's the only thing that you can really say. You know that all these players gave it their all. I mean, Ian Anderson, staying in after he got clobbered, the last couple of minutes of the game, it really shows you how much heart he has, and I'm sure that's heart that all of their players have on that sideline as well. If you're Coach McSweeney, you're definitely gonna take a look at this game tape, see that there were a lot of missed opportunities, but that is, you can look at that as a positive. Those missed opportunities, you can clean that stuff up, and there wasn't a whole lot of penalties by them, so they should be thrilled about that. They just need to capitalize a little bit more on those penalties and try and jump on those fumble recoveries and go from there. They did a great job tonight. It's just unfortunate it just wasn't enough for them.
As St. Thomas Aquinas takes a team photo in front of the scoreboard here at Ralph P. Adams Stadium here at Cuyahoga Heights High School. Of course, congratulations off to them, and congratulations off to Trinity High School as well for one heck of a season. They have a lot of talent over there. Should not hang their heads at all. Just wasn't enough. The Knights just made just one more halftime adjustment than maybe the Trojans did, and that's what won them this football game. We want to thank our sponsors here tonight for being able to bring you this great playoff matchup here in the Ohio High School Athletic Association football state playoffs here in Division 6 Region 21 here tonight. We want to thank, of course, Vape Educate, our halftime breakdown sponsors, Capwell Financial Advisors, as well as our title sponsors, the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. Your final here tonight, 42-26, St. Thomas Aquinas defeats Trinity, and they move on in the playoffs. For my broadcast brother, Nick Paulus, our production crew, Peter Tellup, Jacob Tellup, Mike Allen, and Jim Wagner, I am Kevin Arnold, telling all of you to hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your weekend, a wonderful rest of your evening, and we will see you next time here on CVC TV for all of your high school athletic action. Until then, have a great night, everybody.